When I first had the idea, which actually was Dan Coffer's idea that I stole, to do really very, 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 very short plays, because I knew he'd never get around to it anyways, I put together an evening of 6 very short plays, and your artistic fraud colleague, Robert Chafe, is one of the first people that I asked to participate. But I also asked another playwright in town to participate, and he said, a play can't be that short. So originally I had this question like, well, what is a play? I started thinking. And I had done a live discussion about it, and then now I want to sort of reinvent the discussion for the internet. So I thought, where I don't get to see you very often, I just ask you down and ask you the question, what is a play?
Well, the funny thing is, we just had a show where Robert, the guy who wrote
Robert Chafe.
Robert Chafe, who wrote the short play for you.
He's coming later.
That's good, then he can explain it himself. But he said in our last show that our Emile Benoit show that we just did was not a play. He said it was a story.
Oh, thanks. I'm going to ask him about that.
A story with 3 musicians. And he called it, he said it wasn't a play because there was no conflict in it. So I don't know if I agree with him about that. I think a play now,
I didn't notice that that wasn't a play. I thought it was a play.
He called it a story. Storytelling with 3 musicians. Which I suppose it is storytelling.
But you disagree with him.
I do a little bit, because I think that what has risen to make a play now, or what one would call a play, it's all semantics really, but what it would be is that it's not film. You know, I think that's
very clever of you.
No, that's pretty much what it is, and because both of them serve very much the same purpose. Not a novel, not anything else, but plays and films, like theater and film. Theater used to serve just that. It used to just serve that. It just was. Theater was there to have live, or to have human beings retell the story and become the parts, as opposed to just sitting in storytelling, right? I guess, which was the original theater. And so what we have now is, you know, of course when photography came, all the artists went crazy and they did all this beautiful new versions of art, because they didn't have to serve the purpose of just portraiture anymore. They didn't have to represent anymore. So there's all this freedom, and I think that's why. I still love theater, because people keep saying, oh, you know, I suppose you know, you've done all right in theater. I suppose you're going to move on to film now. You know, like it's a step up. And I think, wow, the film, I love it. I don't think I'd be particularly good at it, and I think it's just a completely different art form. Like, I guess maybe I'm answering the question more what is theater than what is play, but with a play or a theater, you have a lot of, I think you don't have freedom in film, but film has a lot of representation that it has to do. It has to have a lot of accuracy, where in theater, we can't have it. So because we can't have it, the role of invention is completely different.
Yeah, like a